What up? Jeff here with all my Bitcoin renegades. And tonight, I have some awesome news for you guys. And the wonderful thing is for this channel and everything is it's about the Flare Network. And our last Flare Network video that we did, besides the follow-up one, got 6.7 thousand views on it. And it's one of our highest viewed videos. So, and now there's awesome news for the Flare distribution and for XRP holders that held during the snapshot, guys. So check it out. You now are getting 2 tokens instead of just the Flare token. They are launching the Songbird blockchain. And so basically XRP Flare snapshot participants receive 2 tokens now, the Flare Spark token and the Songbird token. And so I'm going to go into how many Songbird tokens you're going to get. And so just think of it this way, like Songbird is not a test net, but it's a fully functioning blockchain that is meant to test the functionality of the Flare protocol and the Flare blockchain. I actually did research into this before the video, and I really like this. Like I said before I did the video last time, I was doing it for myself, and I got really excited, so I was like, man, I have to share this with people. And this is why I made my YouTube channel, is for stuff like this, so that I can show you. But I'm not going to talk a lot on this video. I'm going to go right into the stuff. So there's this Songbird network, right? And so I found out about it because I was checking on Twitter, you know, because I wanted to see when they were going to launch the Flare network. And so they have been working their butts off. They have been just doing lots of stuff to get ready. I did want to show you the video that they have up here before we go over there. This is what I watched at first. So check this out. You will be able to hear it here. Let me minimize myself and let's get into this.
Surprise today. We'll go a little bit into it, kind of dissect it, but this whole thing out of the blue, we're kind of like waiting with bated breath. When is, Flare going to drop? And when is Flare go? When is Flare going to drop? All of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, we get hit with an announcement from Flare all about Songbird.
Yeah.
SGB, right?
Yep.
And we get our extra
it comes out of the blue, and people are like, I saw so many funny things
a lot of
being
people
said
got mad about
on
it.
Twitter, crypto Twitter today. But I have to tell you,
it's good news, and I'll show you guys why.
I'm excited about this,
So.
and I actually think, and contrary to what other people think, they're like, "Oh, I don't know, Jeff. Is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing?"
Yeah, what are your thoughts on that, man? Yeah. What are your thoughts?
So let's go.
Well,
I just wanted you guys to see that. Some people are actually kind of mad about it. And so actually I wanted to go into this because this says it so beautifully. Like I couldn't even said it better myself. Good job, Flare community. I like this one. So there is so much negativity I'm hearing today. And it is because people have not fully understood the role of Songbird. So let me explain it in a few name changes and tell me how you feel about them. And this was awesome. I really liked it. Let us imagine that Songbird was instead called Flare. Okay, imagine Songbird is Flare. Yay, everybody is happy again. You have a network which is fully functional, you got your free tokens, and you can interact with the various decentralized applications and earn from it. Okay, let us imagine during this time developers were observing the network, finding vulnerabilities, and fixing them to improve stability and the safety of users. So basically what they're doing, they're implementing Songbird, and instead of it having be a test net, which is what you would do with a blockchain anyway, and is what Pi is doing, and all the other blockchains have to do before they, unleash the actual blockchain protocol, so that they can make sure that it works right and you don't, get hacked and lose all your money. Like if the network gets hacked and all the tokens get taken, what are you guys going to do then? So they have to make sure that it works correctly, right, guys? So that's why they're doing this. And instead of doing a test net and making us wait even longer, they are putting out the Songbird and giving us more tokens while we wait for, instead of just like leaving us out there in the dust. This shows that their team is behind the project. This shows that they're, moving along with their roadmap, and they're actually adding to it and bringing more value to us as a community, as a XRP holder. Now we get 2 tokens instead of 1. And while we wait for our Flare tokens, we get the Songbird tokens. And so let us imagine they announced Flare. Hold on. Let us imagine during this time, developers were observing the network, finding vulnerabilities, and fixing them to improve stability, safety for users. Great. We have a better functioning, safer network for all. Let us imagine they announced Flare 2.0, an improved version with all the fixes which have been implemented prior to Flare. So that's what they're doing. They're taking, the Songbird and making sure that it works right, and taking the Flare network and improving it at the same time, if that's what I'm reading correctly here. You get another airdrop, new tokens for Flare 2.0. Everyone is happy, plus the network is much safer and more robust. So basically, I'm not going to read all of this, but it goes a lot into the reasons why it's good. So basically, just imagine Flare as Songbird, and or Songbird as the original Flare, and the original Flare as Flare 2.0. So, and they're both functioning blockchains, and we get 2 tokens, and basically we get to practice the Flare network on Songbird before it's released. So that way it makes sure, like, when we get our Flare tokens, there's no way that, there's danger in the network that we could get all of our tokens stolen, or all of their tokens stolen, and make our tokens worth absolutely nothing, because it was hacked and it destroys the project, right? So they're doing this for the good of the community. And I am an XRP holder, so I am so glad that I am going to be receiving a double airdrop now. So let's go into the actual Flare network website. And this will give us an idea of the overall aspect of everything that is going on in the near future with Songbird and the Flare network. So, Songbird. Basically introducing Songbird, the Canary Network for Flare. And what a Canary Network is what I told you. It is a fully operational blockchain that runs basically side by side on the other blockchain that's there. Not a test net, but doing testing functionalities. It has its own token and dApps and protocols that you can earn from as well. We are excited to release our updated plans for the development and launch of Flare. At Flare, we have been conducting extensive testing of the network and various core Flare protocols that are intended to provide utility. So basically, they're going through all this testing. In the next 6 weeks, they will be releasing the Canary Network. So we do have to wait 6 more weeks for that. And I guess that's probably why the community was mad. I didn't know we had to wait 6 more weeks for that. So now we have to wait more for our airdrop. Okay, guys, I see what you're saying. A Canary Network is an operational blockchain, like I said before. Canary Network users have a balance that cannot just be replenished at will. This is in contrast to a testnet. So testnet, when you use all of your tokens, you can just replenish them. Like if you send all your tokens away or you spend them on something, you can just replenish them at will and never ending. But on a Canary Network, they're real and have value. So when you run out, you just run out. So the defined and scarce token supply may confer value to the token, potentially making it attractive to attackers such that testing is as real as it can possibly get. So they're basically baiting attackers to see if there's any weaknesses in the network, which I don't like putting, I guess they are free tokens, but you're kind of putting our free tokens at risk, right? For an attack. Not saying there's going to be, but better that it happens on Songbird, right, than it does when the actual Flare 2.0 comes out. So let's see. This allows for the hardening of the system under testing. Polkadot is the originator of the Canary Network concept with their Kusama Network. Okay, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. What's the purpose of Songbird? Songbird is the Canary Network for Flare. Basically like the Kusama Network is for Polkadot. So a lot of you guys that know Polkadot and how their Kusama Network is, that's how Songbird is for Flare. Pretty cool, huh? So it will have two distinct phases. Prior to the launch of Flare, Songbird will be instrumental in the continued testing of the Flare time series oracle. The state connector and F-asset systems and the network architecture, the FTSO and F-asset protocols, will be live on Songbird with F-assets generated from the underlying tokens. That's pretty awesome. That's like a whole ecosystem in the Songbird network. So that's what Flare is going to be, is an entire ecosystem of dApps, F-assets, FTSO, all this. This will improve the security, stability, and credibility for the ultimate launch of Flare. So post-Flare launch, Songbird is intended to be a long-term network for the testing, governance-led changes to Flare. So it'll basically go ahead of Flare and make sure all of the things that have been, voted on work correctly before they implement them to Flare. And that's awesome. That's smart, and that'll stop from future attacks. So this is us or them as developers, but us as people learning from our mistakes, because there is a lot of hacks that go on in the crypto sphere, right? So them being able to test it on a Canary Network first is pretty awesome. And that's probably why Polkadot has done so well and hasn't got any attacks, right? Is because they have the Kusama Network to test it out on before. So if you guys know a lot about that, this is what they are doing with Flare right now. So pretty awesome. Yeah, so I want to go down in here to the Songbird token. This is what I want to talk about next. So they are actually going to have their own native token that is on, well, it's not a native token, sorry. I believe it's going to be on the Ethereum blockchain. Hold on. Let's learn together. I didn't read this part because all of this came up so fast. I normally go ahead and read. I did skim over this, but I didn't actually read it. There was just so much information. I needed to get it to you guys as quick as possible before anybody else. So let me make my head a little bigger here. So let's learn about this Songbird token together. Songbird will have its own token, Songbird, or money sign SGB. I think it's just SGB, which will be distributed once only and in the same ratio to all the same recipients of the Flare distribution. Total starting supply will be 15 billion with the initial inflation of 10% per annum, which is per year, through the FTSO and validator reward system. This means for every 1 XRP that was held at the time of snapshot, 0.1511 SGB will be allocated. So about 9 XRP equals 1 full SGB. Right around there, maybe 8. 8 or 9 of them do. There will be no predefined minting rewards pool. Instead, that supply will remain with the Flare Foundation. If you claimed Flare through self-custody, you will use the same Ethereum style address, but with a different chain ID to access Songbird. So if you claimed your Flare through an exchange, they will receive the SGB on your behalf. You will need to ask them to distribute it to you. So if you got it on Coinbase, you need to go into there, and this is going to be a pain in the butt because, Coinbase is really hard to get customer service. You all know that. So trying to get our SGB, I hope that they do something on their own for this, because if not, they might just ignore us. So we got to stand strong, community, especially XRP community, guys. Flare, community, XRP community, now Songbird community, stand behind the Bitcoin Renegade. I was called Crypto Renegades, but there's also already a Crypto Renegade. So I couldn't have the same name. So I had my fans vote, and everybody voted on Bitcoin Renegade. But for today, you can call me a Flare Renegade. You can call me an XRP Renegade. But yeah, the channel is Bitcoin Renegade. We are definitely bullish on XRP. We're definitely bullish on Flare. And we are definitely bullish now on Songbird in the Bitcoin Renegade community. So let's get it, guys. Let's make sure we get our rewards. Let's go ahead and claim our tokens. Well, we already claimed them. I mean, let's just wait to get them. wait for the distribution, and then we'll be good. The governance is going to be similar to Flare. Everything is looking pretty good except the 6-week wait, right? That's what's going to really kind of be the But guess what? Now this video has time to go viral. Our last video hit 6,700 views for the Flare network. That means the XRP community and the Flare network community is behind me. And the guy's name at the Flare network and one of the guys that works for the team, it looks like his name is Jeff as well. So it looks like Jeff is a good name for the Flare community. And I'm going to ask these guys to sponsor my videos, guys, because look how many views I already got for their Flare network. Over 6,700 views. And this video is going to get 10,000 views. So that's because of you guys, not me. I only make the video. You're the one who makes it famous, right? So let's get this together. Let's collect our tokens. Let's be XRP renegades, and let's make sure that we hodl strong. XRP to the moon, Flare to the moon. That being said, you know what time it is. Goodbye and good Bitcoin. Bang!